So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
They've got to make this nice and quick. I hope I don't seem biased towards my compatriot, but I really think John O'Shea could have a very big role to play here.
Listen, you don't win all the medals that he's won without doing something right, do you?
Exactly. And I think he's going to have a busy game covering all sorts of defensive positions, especially when the team's on the front foot. That's when his versatility really comes into its own.
Roberto Carlos for Yaya Toure. Cafu. Oh, nice touch. Played back. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
And it's Kaka. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Cafu. Cafu powering forward here. Plays a sharp little ball here. There's the shot! They want to be quick to recover this. Oh, he's been caught on it here! Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Van Nistelrooy absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real...
Shoots! Now that is commitment to the cause. Right card! Decent enough try. Either side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Mitoma is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. Roberto Carlos. That has been slung wide. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Roberto Carlos. And this is Hullet. Hullet proves just a little bit too strong. He's found some space. Hazard did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Kaka. Tries to play it through. Hazard. And it's Kaka. Ryerson. Now this could be a chance. Now the delivery climbs up big! Oh, that was no routine save.
Drogba really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
He's in a great position here.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Messi looking to run onto it. Cafu. Yaya Toure. And here's Messi. Rummenigge receives it in a good position here. Decent chance! Loose ball now, and there's a chase onto it. And another try! Kaka. Foot in. Yaya Toure. 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. Now Mitoma. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Gets into some space. Serves up across. It's not an especially good pass, that. Kaka. 5 minutes till the break. Now it's Hullet. Cafu. He's found a way through. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Kaka. Quality ball. And it's Kaka. Azar. And it's Kaka. Yaya Toure gets a foot in and wins the ball.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And the referee brings the first half to a close. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. And we are up to the break.
What an end to the half, Peter. A lot of the best action of the half coming at the very end, and I get the feeling the second half may well start in similar fashion, as we'd love to see this momentum maintained. So I'm looking forward to what's to come.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. So the first half brought no goals. And here's Drogba. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Looking here to chip it, and he shoots! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Oh, it was such a clever pass that flummoxed the defence, and it could well be revisited, this.
They've played it short, delivered across. And now a sudden chance to counter. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Aimed beyond the defence. Shot could be on. And he's quick to get it clear again. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Hit into the middle.
That's good defensive concentration.
Tries a deft little ball. He's on it, can he get away? Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Well, I think that move petered out.
Chance for a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. That's really well cleared. And still, we await the first breakthrough. With Toma. He's got away. This looks promising. With Toma. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Opts for safety. Cafu. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Rummenigge going face-to-face with his great rival. And here's Hullet. And he's chosen to go back. Yaya Toure has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Kaka. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Can he finish? He's scored! Finally, the deadlock is broken.
There was this feeling that the game was petering out, but credit for never losing their focus despite things not going as planned. Now comes the question, will they stick or twist?
That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
It's great composure. He kept his eye on the ball until the last possible moment and then smash. No stopping that.
Substitution in progress.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Yeah, they're looking for some imagination, and his job's going to be to add that element of craft and guile, the man pulling the strings.
Barcelona have penetrated for the first time.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
And it's Kaka. Howson. Albert Ferrer. Raul. Oh, this looks sharp. And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Rummenigge! And the lead stays intact, just.
Rummenigge really wanted that, didn't he? Probably a little too much, to be honest.
Roberto Carlos. It's Roberto Carlos! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Should have equalised.
That was extremely good focus from the keeper, and it could turn out to be quite a significant moment. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And this is Cruyff. Yaya Toure! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. It's their second corner of the game. Cafu plays it short. Tries a shot! And again! They've scored! Do not write them off. Back they come. Toure at his razor-sharp best there.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Jeff, Chiba really can sense it now. This game is theirs to win. They just need to step it up and force the issue.
Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. And this is Iniesta. Lovely feet. That's a sharp pass.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
There will be 3 minutes at a time.
Cafu, he has found the way. Big chance! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Cafu can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing. Yeah, and the jostling for position has begun. There's hardly any breathing space in that box.
Can he finish? Has fallen kindly here. Oh, yes, it's there! And that has raised the roof! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks.
And that's that. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We have already started here. Well, this formation was traditionally considered a bit defensive, but now very much back in vogue due to some pretty well-known proponents, Jim.
Yeah,
Chance for a shot! Superb goal!
listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace.
Oh, smashing header! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
Yeah, that was really sharp. That kind of delivery can play havoc with defences.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Roberto Carlos for Yaya Toure. McTominay. Pull it. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Howson. So just the one early goal to report so far, and the score is 1-0. Now that looks a decent ball. Yaya Toure. And it's McTominay. Now Howson. And it's Messi. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Great defending, strong and determined. Roberto Carlos. Japan are looking lively here. They're playing with more zest, more purpose.
They are, and it's all because of the movement we're seeing down the flanks, and I think they look as if they're going to cause some real problems to that opposing defence. Both flanks are working quite well now.
Howson is always looking to break lines. Roberto Carlos opts for safety. Yaya Toure. Howson. McTominay. And it's Yaya Toure. Now Howson. And that is a little undercooked. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Yaya Toure. Roberto Carlos. And it's Yaya Toure. Roberto Carlos. Now Yaya Toure. McTominay. Cafu. And it's McTominay. It's Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos going full steam ahead down the left flank. Berbatov. Now that's well seen too. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Roberto Carlos. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Yaya Toure. And it's Roberto Carlos. Here's Roberto Carlos. And it's Yaya Toure. Cafu. And it's Roberto Carlos. Plays a sharp little ball here. Neymar receives it in a wide position. That's good play.
That was lovely, that.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Ah, such a clever touch. Oh, well played. And we hit half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps, the only things lacking. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break, and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Leading 1-0 at the break. And we are back on the way.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football.
Yaya Toure. Cafu. Now Housen. And here's Neymar. Oh, that's well spotted. Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Looking to play him in. And it's Ronaldinho. He's had it taken off him. Toure did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Team still separated by the game's only goal. Beckham. And he's made sure that's not getting through. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And here's Drogba. Beckham. Beckham with the... Up he goes! Oh, taken with style. They have come roaring back.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Japan grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Drogba. Nakata. Makaleli. And it's Nakata. And here's Berbatov. Real chance! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Roberto Carlos being hounded, manhandled at times.
Well, he's the quarterback equivalent, so I'm not surprised that he's been closed down first.
Gullit unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Ronaldinho going face-to-face with his great rival. Now it's Gullit, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, perfectly measured that. Shot could be... Can he finish?
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Roberto Carlos. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Hullet. Just eases him off the ball. Still anyone's game, this. One moment can decide it.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Howson tries to pass it through. Now it's Neymar. And it's Messi. And this is... Big chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Well, in my opinion, set pieces are 50-50 moments, and this is a rather big one, and it all depends on the service.
Substitution in progress.
They've played it short. Shot at goal! And another try! Oh, it's in! Late in the day! This could well be it! Toure duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Very much into the last knockings. And the pass is intercepted.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they reel it?
He's one-on-one, surely shoots! It's in! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Japan can make their change now with a break in play.
Well, to wait until now to make this change seems a bit baffling. He's expecting the miraculous to turn this around from here.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Substitution for Japan.
A couple of changes then in quick succession.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
That is lovely. And he's there to get it away. And that's that. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all of this. A solid win, which will be welcomed all round. Yaya Toure claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. The action has already started. De Bruyne crosses. Nicely weighted ball, and he welcomes it in. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, that's delightful. Gnabry, crossed into the middle.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And this is and Batistuta! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Batistuta clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. Frank Rijkaard can really make his presence felt. A superb defender who became an iconic midfield anchorman.
And what's more, a remarkably good strike rate, actually.
Very true. Just another level of his expertise, Peter, but his reading of the game, for me, is masterful.
Manchester United looking to pass their way through. Mitoma. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Rummenigge. He is just Rummenigge! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Van Dijk. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Gnabry providing an outlet on that flank. He's got tall. Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Howson is the team's great visionary. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Threads one in. Now it's Drogba. Oh, that's fabulous. Shot a goal! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And he's there to get it away. Alonso. Passes short and sharp. Manchester United upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
Xavi Alonso. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Gnabry is looking to influence the game from out wide. Mosquera. Manchester United finding their... It's Drogba! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Drogba actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Spread out to the left. Oh, he's found support out wide. Tries to get it clear. That's a throw. Great ball, and he's in here. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Looking for the run. Cross needs to be... He rises! Goal! Manchester United! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Manchester United.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Gnabry.
Jeff Chiba certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
It's a promising position. Tries to cross. It's a mighty effort! Goal! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
Certain, searing and imperious.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and...
Batistuta!
Batistuta really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Howson. McTominay, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. And it's Messi. Now it's Hullet. And Hullet! He's scored! He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Goal! Number 13, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, I always felt this was...
There's the whistle for half-time. Well, what a comeback. Certainly I didn't see that coming, nor I think did many in this crowd. So we reached the halfway point.
Well, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this carries on. This is insanely good.
Very little in it. The score at half-time is 2-1. And we are back on the way. Cafu. Opts for safety. Out to the left it goes. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Oh, that is a... Tries a shot! Now, who's... Oh, he's been caught nap, and one more try! And he's really put himself on the line here. Xavi Alonso. Now it's Batistuta. And he's worked it through. Shoots! He scores! They've done it again! It is incredible!
Well, this is just incredible. I mean, who would have seen this? Neither manager, I think. It's all happening. Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
This is quite a battle.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Could move up a gear here. Lovely pass, but can he get there? That's a lovely, neat pass. Serginho's cross.
We're in for an intriguing second half now, contrasting moods that could reverse in a flash.
Roberto Carlos. McTominay. And that's really well manoeuvred. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Cafu, who does have an assist to his name. McTominay. Howson. Rummenigge. Now it's Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Tries to pass it through. And a shot! De Bruyne.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Quality ball. And no, that was never going to make it. Mitoma is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. Gnabry. Nicely aimed pass.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Gnabry in acres of space out wide. Roberto Carlos. So what can they make of this? Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. That's very neat. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Just eases him off the ball. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Cafu. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Cafu. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Messi! Oh, the ball's run loose here. No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
Substitution for Manchester United, number 20, Serge Gnabry. Coming on to replace him is number 21, Mbappe. Substitutions taking place.
And this is Inzaghi.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
And that's put paid to a promising move. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Cross into the box. Drogba on 2 now and looking for 3. Cafu. Now that looks a decent ball. He's got away. Well, that has not gone well.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And he shoots! And he comes up trumps again.
Substitution for Manchester United.
Well, they've got to get everyone forward, and maybe even the keeper.
Coming on the field.
Cafu plays it short.
7,
He's had a shot!
minutes has been indicated.
2 minutes to be added on. Batistuta, forever the opportunist. A sniff, that's all he needs. It's a good run down the right. Oh, shooting chance! Roberto Carlos.
Well, they shouldn't.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side to find a winner. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, neither side could get over the line here. Perhaps...
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We have already started here. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Rafael van der Vaart will be key here, Peter. I've always admired the way he plays between the lines, having eked out that extra yard of space nobody else can seem to see.
And surely, Jim, he's more than just a luxury player, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got the luxury, but he plays with effect. You leave him out, you lose his goal contributions. It's as simple as that, Peter.
No argument. Deftly away. And this is Messi. Messi. To Beckham. Hakimi. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. Yaya Toure. Passing is crisp and sharp. And here's Messi. Beckham. Van Basten.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers: don't concede the opener.
Turns back here, probably the best option. And it's Messi. Some good work on the right flank here. And they're quick to get it back. Roberto Carlos. For Yaya Toure. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Roberto Carlos. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Kante did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Messi must have made the worst possible choice there. It was crying out to be released left.
It's a promising position, produces a cross. Baresi. And it's Hakimi. And it's Serginho. Stood up well to him there. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Well, the lethargy in their play isn't a great look, and it was very evident on that occasion.
He's had it taken off him. Hakimi. That'll be a throw-in. Van Basten gets his head on it! Decent enough try.
Van Basten is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Messi. Roberto Carlos is always looking to play quality balls. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Now it's Messi, showing good feet. It's Van Basten! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Roberto Carlos. Now Howson. Yaya Toure has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Van der Vaart. And it's Van Basten. That has been slung wide. McTominay. Messi. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
And the game has already resumed here.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
And he's chosen to go back.
That's good pressure. It gave him no other choice.
Yaya Toure. Van Basten producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Opts for safety. Beckham. Conte. Serginho in acres of space out wide. McTominay plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Howson. Roberto Carlos. Now it's Hullet. And it's Yaya Toure. Now McTominay. And it's Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Beckham. He shifted it to the flank. That's the throw. Cafu. Bullet constantly looking for the ball into the box. With Toma. Defending here is really tight. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
He's picked his way through. Good take, and is he in? McTominay. Pressing high and with purpose.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And it's Yaya Toure. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That's a nicely shaped ball. Tries a shot! Oh, it's hit the post! Beckham does really well to win the ball there. Oh, this looks sharp. Rummenigge is onto it in a flash. And it's Roberto Carlos. Now it's Hullet. McTominay. Yaya Toure. Gets a good foot in there. And that's clear cut. It's a free kick. And that's going to be a booking. Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
Caceres, a man never lacking in drive or determination.
Coming on the field, number
Messi
21.
will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
14, Johan Cruyff.
And he's had it nicked away.
15, Hannes.
Played in.
That was well seen too. Good clearance. I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Messi. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. And they win it back again. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
And this is Messi, and this is Inzaghi. He's having a shot! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Conte. And they've got a throw.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Howson is the team's great visionary. Just wondering if there's enough time to salvage this. It's hard to think so. Ernest, and this is Inzaghi. Shot a goal! He's keen, determined to have his say.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Cafu goes short. Tries to play it through, and this is Cruyff. Could have here their final chance.
Oh, this is a Hollywood or bust corner. The final whistle is up next.
Cafu plays it short. Messi, who's set up one goal so far. And that is as far as it goes. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest. Your final thoughts, Jim?
It's just a bad day at the office, Peter. They look...
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We have already started here. Well, he's looking to get away, but the defending is persistent, adhesive. Toma. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, they do call it the beautiful game, and the man we see before us now personifies all that is good about it. He is known simply as the King.
It's as though the game was made especially for him.
Voted the greatest player of the 20th century, but he is so much more than just that. He is a symbol of charisma, of leadership, of sportsmanship. He is the one and only Pelé. Guardiola. So what can they make of this? It has been a rather gentle affair so far. He's through, now is he in? He's had a shot! A real chance and a real let-off. Just eases him off the ball. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Pelé. Aimed beyond the defence. Cafu. Guardiola. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. So it is still 0-0. Yaya Toure is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. It's a promising position. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Corinthians trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. And it's Ibrahimovic, spread out to the left. Chooses to go crossfield. And he's intervened well there. Guardiola is the team's great visionary. Oh, good-looking ball. And he's hit it! And that's caused a worry or two.
Bullet really looked as though he had chosen correctly then, and yet we quickly realised he hadn't.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. That's a good ball. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Pelé, he tries a shot! Oh, it's hit the post! Cafu. Now McTominay. And he goes cross-field.
Good switch, that.
Roberto Carlos. And it's Yaya Toure. Cafu. And here's Hullet. Oh, that's fabulous. Yaya Toure. And it's Roberto Carlos. Showing good feet. Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. Hullet. Pelé. Guardiola. And this is Messi. And Messi! That was superb goalkeeping.
Messi clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Messi. Pele. Roberto Carlos. And it's Messi. Guardiola opts for safety. Nice looking ball. Oh, important interception. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, I can imagine...
And the shot! He has done it! And finally, he has breathed life into the game! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
Ibrahimovic tries to pass it through, and this is Pele! Crossbar comes to the rescue, and that was very necessary. Now, can they get him away? That's going to go a long way. Corinthians have got it back, and they'll have another go. Ambitious ball here. Backward it goes. Decent chance! They've scored! And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
The goal scorer for Corinthians.
And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Corinthians grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Roberto Carlos. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. And now they can clear their lines. Marquinhos did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Can he get onto this? That is good alertness.
Ibrahimovic really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Corinthians appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
And here's Hullet. Forward it goes. Yaya Toure conjures time and space where few can. Roberto Carlos. And it's Yaya Toure. To Messi. Cafu. And it's Yaya Toure. And that's gone loose. Stood up well to him there.
Oh, great feat, that.
Quality ball. McTominay. And that's really well manoeuvred. Zanetti can get it clear. Messi. Roberto Carlos. For Yaya Toure. Ibrahimovic. Oh, nicely intercepted. Can he get on the end of this?
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Substitution on the field. Number 4, Hullet. Number 19, Messi. Coming on the field.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
Ibrahimovic.
Corinthians really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. And here's Ibrahimovic. He's a sharp little ball here. Rijkaard did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Hangs one in. Cleared without hesitation.
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
And this is Cruyff.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Played into space. Cafu. Yaya Toure.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Oh, that's neat. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Cross deflected behind for a corner.
Yeah, and the jostling for position has begun. There's hardly any breathing space in that box.
Substitution on the field. Number 6, Roberto
Cafu goes short.
coming on to
Yaya Toure!
number 15.
Oh, and that is really good tenacity.
Well, they've got to get everyone forward, and maybe even the keeper.
Cafu with the short one. Yaya Toure!
Substitution.
Well, in my opinion, set pieces are 50-50 moments, and this is a rather big one, and it all depends on the service.
Goes for a shot! And he's there to clear it. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. How would you sum up what we... Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice. And there's a... Hit! Now it's Neymar. Well, 2014-15 certainly provided some terrific highlights for Lionel Messi's career showreel. Many claimed it was his... Tries a shot! Kimmich. Pass somewhat off target. Roberto Carlos. Yaya Toure. Opts for safety. And it's McTominay. Yaya Toure. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Well, they've made all the inroads and their confidence is taking on a growth spurt.
And it's Roberto Carlos. Oh, nice touch. Now Yaya Toure. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Schneider. Kimmich. Schneider. And here's Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. And this is Messi. Shoots! Oh, crossbar! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Roberto Carlos is one whose deliveries we all know about. So we're still where we started right now. Kimmich crosses it into the area.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
Roberto Carlos. Spread out to the left. Baresi. Moved on forwards. Messi. This might... Rummenigge! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, what has happened here? Pullet stood his ground strongly. Oh, shooting chance! And again! Goal! And that is his 50th goal for this, his current club. He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to...
Bullish header! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
The timing of the pass and run was exquisite.
Oh, good-looking ball. 15 minutes till half-time. Has a look and plays it forward. Roberto Carlos. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Yaya Toure is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Now Mitoma. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Messi. And it's Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Messi. David Villa! He scores! They have come roaring back!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here. Well, look, that first touch and finish is the difference between good players and great players. There aren't too many about who can give you that. I loved it.
That has certainly made things interesting.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Cafu, and he's forced to go back. McTominay has been caught there, it's a foul. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he's managed to get free. Tries to play it through. Neymar picks it up out wide. Toure defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. Rummenigge. David Villa. Now it's Owen. Out to the left it goes. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Oh, such a clever touch. And the half-time whistle goes. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go and they head into the break all square. The midway point of the game.
Who wants half-time when you have a contest this good? I can only hope it picks up where it left off.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. And we're already back up and running after half-time. And the shot! It's there! And they're back in front! A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
And yes, it's him again. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Bastoni. Now it's Owen. Lovely feet. He's going for goal! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
His reputation is better than what we've just seen.
Adams cuts out the pass. Neymar. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Well, Peter, he's looking particularly sharp.
And certainly on the hunt for his personal treble.
Yeah, and I certainly wouldn't go against that, although he may keep an eye on the bench for fear of being taken off.
Big header! It's a goal! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. Pick that one out, it was a bullet.
He was always going to do that one way or another. A fantastic effort, simply fantastic.
So the lead now is 2.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
He's coming under serious pressure here.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Rummenigge. Oh, nicely intercepted. Messi. And it's Kimmich. Schneider. And it's Messi.
Oh, really well played.
Messi. And once more he proves rigid and robust. It's run loose here. Oh, he's been caught napping. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery, the defence though... Shot, surely! And he has kept it out somehow.
Villa actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Cafu is there and he can get that clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. And that is as far as they're going to go. Oh. And a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Plays it across. Messi! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Looking for the run. Shot a goal! He has done it! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 7, Owen, será reemplazado por el dorsal 14. Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Barcelona get themselves back into contention.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Baresi. To Maldini. It's a good run down the right. Iniesta. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Darren Fletcher. Played into space out wide. Now it's Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Filippo Inzaghi.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
That's beautifully weighted. Gattuso gets into a good position. Neymar. Bastoni. And it's Cáceres. To Schneider. 5 minutes left on the clock. Bastoni. And it's Schneider. Played with finesse. There's the delivery. Tries to get it clear. Messi's cross. And he's there to clear it.
Barcelona really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
That's a throw. We are into stoppage time. Decent progress down the left. And that's that. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
This was all about tactics, Peter. A weakness in the central areas, both in defence and midfield, which is something we referred to before the game, and the manager was smart enough to make sure it was exploited.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all.
Se ruega a los espectadores que tengan previsto abandonar el estadio en coche, que lo hagan de forma ordenada para evitar atascos.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. The action has already started.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time maintaining the team's overall shape by linking the front and back.
Cruyff. Passing is crisp and sharp. Cruyff. Great defending, strong and determined. Played out to the right. And it's Cruyff. Julie.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Bergkamp. Howson charging forward, the ball at his feet. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Messi. Cafu. Good read, needed to be. Gabriel Batistuta, Jim. Pretty much the embodiment of the complete striker, wouldn't you say?
Devastating. A great goal scorer and a scorer of great goals too. Given the ball anywhere near the box, and you know what the outcome will be.
The very example of a centre-forward.
Absolutely, he was pretty close to perfection for most of his career.
Steaming on goalwards. Van Bouten did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Park Ji-sung. Played into space. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up. Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
Cafu is looking to influence the game from out wide. And he's forced to go back. Howson. Yaya Toure. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And it's Roberto Carlos. Lovely ball and a real chance now. And the shot! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Azar. Can he get on the end of this? And that's going up front in a hurry. 30 minutes gone.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from the...
And he shoots! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Cafu deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
No, it's come to nothing. Hernandez. Now Robson. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Now it's Batistuta. That's a shade optimistic. Cafu. Now it's Cruyff. Could move up a gear here. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. And he's made sure that's not getting through.
This is the time you need that pace.
Toma. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Looking to play him in. No outsmarting him this time. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And he cuts out the supply. Well, that's pretty clear, it is a foul. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Bergkamp! And that's off target. Yaya Toure is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Mitoma. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, they've got it again. Adams clears. Mitoma. And here's Hullet. Can he get it through? Threads one in. He's having a shot! And that's it for the first half, a breathless ending. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying.
Everyone, please
Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I think they can be very happy with the flow of the game so far. They're moving the ball around very nicely. They're creating opportunities too. They must need to find a way to add that touch of quality in front of goal, that extra clinical edge.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. And we are already promptly back underway.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this. They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Julie going face-to-face with his great rival. And he whips it in. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Now it's Messi. That's good running with the ball. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Messi. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And it's Messi. Park Ji-sung. Now it's Batistuta. Julie. Looking for options for movement.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
That is a great pick out. And this is Messi. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Looking for a runner. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Just about up to the hour now. Hullet is onto it in a flash, and he's been shifted off it. Hernandez. And it's Azar.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And they're not going to make any further progress now. And here's Batistuta. Batistuta! It's loose now and they want to get... Oh, he's been caught napping! And a chance! And again! He's got a goal! No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Park Ji-sung demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Number 7, Park Ji-sung. Park Ji-sung. Park Ji-sung.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
Arsenal are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
Rummenigge. Rummenigge will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Yeah, he's fouled him there. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Messi! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Substitution in progress.
Cafu with the short one. Horace! And that could come back to haunt them.
Yeah, you always felt that they were going to up the tempo after going behind. It's not like they have any other option now.
Cafu. Park Ji-sung gets a foot in here. And here's Azar. And that's been... He's had a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on. And another try! Sticks it away! And this is getting better and better. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
Oh, he's found support out wide. No, he refuses to take the bait. Roberto Carlos. Rummenigge. And the counter is on. It's played through for him. Neymar. He is just caressing the ball. Oh, that's fabulous. Flashy gets big. And it's in. Late drama, late goal. This will be one frantic ending. It was wonderfully efficient.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
This is threatening to become a really good game. Now it's Batistuta. 4 added minutes on the board. Now it's Stoichkov. Roberto Carlos.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Cafu. He's on it, can he get away? It's Ibrahimovic! And that is the end of it. They hung on right till the finish. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down by the odd goal. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, the surprise for me was seeing a team look so feeble in what is usually a strongly protected area, but the centre of their...